Hello, my name is Ember. Welcome back to my channel where I play The Sims 4, and today I will be reviewing the new Blooming Rooms plant kit for The Sims 4 and comparing it to some custom content packs that I have here to see, is it worth it to buy this kit, or are you better off just, looking for some custom content? So I built a room for each of these little, kits or packs or whatever, just to sort of put everything together, test it out, see how it looks. I think, honestly, with this new Blooming Rooms kit, I think the furniture is the best part. Some of this is really cool. I think like the plants themselves, like these little ones here and like this one, are not that impressive personally. It also comes with two lights that I'm not like a really big fan of. There are some cool wall decorations, though of course this is The Sims 4, so there are lighting issues. This has happened with a lot of recent packs and with kits, where like this shelf, it works fine over here, but it doesn't work well over here. And even if I put like a light above it, no matter where I move the lights, it just doesn't work right up here. It's all in shadow, this little shelf. Yeah, so there's a few issues here. There are some cool wall shelves. There's this little shelf. You can't place anything inside of the shelf. It's all just like one thing. So I guess it's less of a shelf and more of like a wall art piece. There are some little, leaf curtains. And I do really like this little plant with like it has like a little like jug or something. It looks very like it could definitely be outdoors, and it has some really cool colors also as well, some cool swatches. So yeah, I do like that. I think this like window leaf curtain thing is kind of a good idea, but I don't know if I love how it looks. And yeah, these lights, like I don't know, they're not that great. This hanging plant is pretty cool. I like the different swatches on it. I like that there's a few different like color variations. I think those are pretty cool. But it does look kind of similar to like the other hanging plant we have in the game. Personally, I don't think I'll probably use this furniture. Like, it just looks kind of weird. The idea is cool, but I don't know. I don't think I'll use that much. I know this shelf is like really simple, but I think it looks really cool. Like, I could see that being used in a lot of places, like in a garage or in a store, or yeah, like outside as shelving. I really like this. And I think this little gardening shelf is cool too. You can like put different plants on it, so it doesn't have anything on it to start. Like you could put these little light bulb plants in there. I do think that's a very cool idea as well. It's just very creative, the like roots in the light bulb. I don't know if that's an actual thing people do. And this little plant holder is kind of cool. Honestly, these like new small plants just aren't that like interesting. I guess we have a few in the game that you could use here. Like there's some succulents I think that would work well. But yeah, I don't know. I think the plant items themselves are not that impressive to me from the custom content packs, and I'll compare it to that. I think that those plants are much better. Some of the furniture here is cool, and there are like more wall hangings and stuff. This little hanging plant thing, I put one of these curtain things behind it. This is pretty cool. I don't know where I would really put it. It would be cool if there was like some sort of functionality here, but I don't think there is. And there's this little thing also for decoration. This is a room divider, which I don't think you can divide a room with that, but okay. So yeah, that's really it for this pack. For the Blooming Rooms kit, there are 24 items, so it's okay. I'm not super impressed by it. Oh yeah, there's also this this is like a wall plant, so it like hangs on the wall. Again, lighting is kind of an issue here, but it's okay, I guess. So yeah, there's 24 items in this new plant kit, and now let's compare to some custom content. So first, this is the smallest custom content pack that I have. All the items in this room are from the Erin Plants II kit by Nave Design. I'll put all the links to the custom content in the description of this video, so you can go get them yourself. I think this one is really cool. It has like mixing and matching pots and plants, right? So you can just choose any of these pots and then put the plants in any of them. So I do think that is a cool idea. It definitely gives a lot of like variety. There's not like a ton of options, but I think the plants themselves look really cute. I wish that we had more that looked like this in The Sims, like in the game. Yeah, and then you can change, of course, the colors. There's a few swatches on each. Not a ton of variety, but like honestly, I think a lot of the variety you would need. These are mostly just like green and red plants, and then there's a few different color swatches for the vases. Now there is an issue here where the items up on the table, they will like glitch. Here, I'll show you. So if I just like move this room at all, well, it happened before, but it's not happening now. Well, so I guess it's gotten better then? I'm not sure. Because before what would happen is if I would move the room, these plants up here would glitch and like disappear. But they seem to be working okay right now. Well, that's good that it's actually working now. But yeah, it was like this stuff would like disappear whenever I moved stuff. But it seems to be working now. So yeah, I think the Erin Plants II kit, it's kind of small, but there's some nice plants. If you just want to add a few more plants to your game, I would definitely recommend this one. And it gives you a lot of, options of mixing and matching things. Now, moving on to a slightly bigger kit or custom content kit. I don't really know, just a custom content set. I think is really cute. The designs on this are really nice. Like, can you imagine if we had stuff like this in the game? I don't know. I just think it's very pretty. This one is called the Naturalis Plants II set by Simcredible. This one is interesting because it does have some wall things. I mean, this is just the same wall plant that I've put in 3 different swatches, but it does have wall plants, which none of the other custom content sets did. So that is interesting because the Blooming Rooms kit has a lot of like wall plant items. So if you're looking for that, you can get at least one in this kit. This table here is from the base game. I was just using it to like show how you could put them on tables. If you wanted like a hanging plant that could hang off of a table, we have this one. There's also some really cool like elevated plants as well. There's a few little like table plants, and they have a few different options for the vases. I really like this like marbled white one, and there's more like terracotta or like pottery type ones. Yeah, I think this is a pretty nice set. There are 10 items in this set by Simcredible. And now I wanted to show you kind of the biggest one that we have, which is the Jardane pack, created by House of Harlix, which is a collaboration between, I think it's Felixander and Harry. Honestly, the House of Harlix like collabs are really nice. This is a really nice pack, and there's a lot of plants in here as well. So it's not like specifically a plant themed pack, but I just thought like the plant items are really cute and they go really well together. You also get some furniture with it. So I would definitely recommend the House of Harlix collabs. There's also a few others. I didn't download like all of the packs, but I think a lot of theirs do have some really cool plant themed things. So if you just go and want to download, all of their items, you would get a lot of plants, which could definitely make up for the plants kit. Yeah, there's like a few really big tree type items that I think are cool. There's like this really cool cactus. Like, look at that. Isn't that cool? A cactus pot. There is a table with some like plants in the middle. There's also this hanging light with plants, which is really cool. And I love this chair. The official Sims 4 kit has a little bit of like planty furniture, but I really love this chair. I think it goes like so well with the theme of like a plant kit. That I feel like this is perfect. And then, here's another cactus as well. Like, isn't that just so cool looking? And they also have some planters, and of course everything has lots of swatches. There's also this cool like wading pool or paddling pool that your sim can relax in. And this couch is so nice. Such a nice color. Like, look at all of these colors. Oh yeah, and so this pack has 49 items. I would say about like 20-ish of them are more plant themed, so sort of go more with this plant themed kit. And there aren't any like wall items, so that is one thing that there's a lot more of in the official kit. But yeah, I think that, honestly, this compares pretty well. And this isn't even all of the items in the pack. I've just put out a few here that I think are most relevant, but there are some more items in here as well. Oh, and there's also these little like shades that I've put up here, which is really cool. Those come in the pack as well. And you can like sort of mix and match. Some of them come connected to legs, some of them don't. You can just put them up there and like have a nice little patio, because this is supposed to be like a garden patio type pack. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an overview of all of the different packs and kits. We have, a cow plant here because of course. And I think what I'm going to do now is do like a side-by-side comparison. Like, I'm going to lay out all of the items from the new kit and see if I can find anything similar to them in any of these custom content packs, or like already in the game in a different pack. Okay, so the first item I wanted to look at is this All the Rage plant cage. And I've got to say, this is pretty unique. We don't really have anything like it in the game. So I did pull out a few things. I mean, we have these from Eco Lifestyle, these like wall plant things. And then we also have this like wall planter from Seasons and this little metal planter from Seasons as well. So we do have like, those could sort of function similarly. The plant cage is much bigger and more like complex. The only thing is, like, I don't know where you're going to put it, you know? It doesn't really fit neatly up against a wall. It takes up quite a bit of space. Whereas these other ones, you could more easily just sort of push them up against a wall. I do think this plant cage would look really cool in, like, a plant store or something like that. Or, like, on a patio, maybe? I don't know. I do think this one is pretty cool. And we don't really have anything like it so far. And there's nothing like it in any of the custom content sets that I downloaded. And next we have this houseplant hobbyist shelving. It is really cute. There's quite a few different swatches that you can choose from. But we do have quite a few objects that are a little bit like this. So, okay, so here, this one is the biggest, like the closest comparison from Cottage Living. I mean, that's pretty similar. It doesn't have all of the same swatches, but it's definitely like a similar idea for sure. There's also these sort of outdoor type cabinets from Eco Lifestyle as well. It's a little bit different, but you could definitely put some items on there. Now, moving on to this sort of like industrial shelf. This is something I'm honestly really excited about this. I think it looks really cute. I don't have anything like this in any of the custom content I downloaded, but I'm sure you could find something like this. Like, I'm sure it exists in some custom content out there. I don't know if we have anything much like it in The Sims. Let me look. There are like maybe a few things from Get to Work. I think that this would go really nice in like an antique shop type store though. This new one, definitely. And there's not a ton like it. A lot of our display shelves are kind of not that great. So yeah, I would say, oh, we do have this. Okay, we have industrial inventory shelves. This one is probably the closest that we have in game. This one is also from Get to Work. So like it's sort of there, but it's definitely not the same. There's definitely a bit of a difference here. And I do really like this new shelf. Next, I just wanted to look at both of these little tables together. Personally, I'm not really a fan of them. I think that, I don't know, something isn't there for me. I mean, if we're talking about plant furniture, I know this isn't the same thing. It's a chair and not a like table. But this from the Jardane custom content pack, I much prefer this chair. I think this is a really cool like design idea. I'm not as much of a fan of these two tables and how they've like, it doesn't look very good. I don't know. We do have a few things like this in the game already. Like there is this table from Get Together that has like, you know, some grass inside of it. It's definitely a different style, but this is like a coffee table. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you like these. I think I would probably get more use out of like a chair like this from the Jardane pack and, you know, just a simple table like this from Get Together. And then next I want to just look at both of these. So we have the biophilic room divider, which I don't know, it's really not much of a divider. And then we have this little shelf that sort of, you can put a bunch of little plants on there. I know we don't have anything much like this. I'm not sure how much it was needed. It's pretty cute though. It is pretty cute. And again, for both of these, there are quite a few different swatches. I think they did a pretty good job on the swatches here. I guess since this is called a divider, we could sort of compare it to this half wall from the Jardane pack. Again, it's not really the same idea, but you know, there is a little bit of a similar idea, I suppose. Yeah, so for this sort of plant divider thing, I would compare this that we got with Seasons. I think it's, you know, maybe a little bit more like easy to squeeze in somewhere in the corner of a room. And then we also have this little thing from Laundry Day, I believe, that I think like it serves a similar purpose maybe. This little table for plants is definitely pretty unique. It's like a little shelf. I don't know. I was wondering if like you can fit other plants besides the ones that come in this pack on it. I don't know, maybe there's a few that are small enough, but I really don't think, I think that this little shelf will mostly only go with some of the really small plants from the Blooming Rooms kit. Like a lot of these things we have in the game just don't really go on here all that well. We don't have very many like small plants that would work for this. And especially not very many like small rounded plants. So like we have this small one, but it's, you know, it didn't look quite right with the rounded shelf. All right, now let's look at the lights. I can't put this down because it can only go in a room, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this light. This floor light, I'm just not really that big of a fan of either, if I'm being honest. I guess for comparison, I would show the chandelier from the Jardane pack, and yeah, I like this a lot better. Like, it has the lights and the plants together, but I think it just makes a lot more sense than either of the lights from the Blooming Rooms kit. There's a few like planty lights already in the game. So honestly, I don't know. I don't think I would really get much use at all out of these lights from the kit. All right, something I wanted to point out about this hanging plant is I noticed you have to have at least medium wall height to use it. If I put it down to short wall height, the plant goes away. It does not work. So that is definitely an issue. Yeah, you can't use it in short wall height. So you'll have to have your walls at least medium wall height to use this hanging plant. I think it is pretty cool. It's just, it doesn't look that different from these other hanging plants. Although it's definitely a bit longer. So, hence why it doesn't work on short wall height. It is a bit longer for sure. There's also all those hanging plants that came with the Nifty Knitting pack. And then we have this like wall hanging plant. I'm not super impressed by this fern. This is one of the other few wall hanging plants we have. This one is from Discover University. There's these really cute little ones from Movie Hangout stuff. So yeah, I'm not super impressed with the hanging plants. This is another one where like there's not a lot of this in the custom content I found. But I'm also not super impressed by what's in the game. There are these leaf curtains are definitely new. I don't think we have much like this. You could probably use some of the vines that we have to make something like this, but that's pretty unique, I would say. I wanted to look at these sort of wall decorations together and just sort of compare them. Like I said, the custom content I have, there aren't many wall hanging plants other than this one right here from the Naturalis Plants kit. So, honestly, I'd probably use this one from the custom content a lot more. It seems a lot more versatile. This little set is kind of cute. Like, I could definitely see this in a kitchen, but there are lighting issues again, so it's not always going to work. I imagine under, like, cabinets, it's not going to look great. This is a cool concept. I'm not sure if I like the execution of it. Like, the little clear pockets are kind of strange. The shelf is interesting. There's a lot of different swatches on this, like very, very different vibes for sure. It's not really a shelf you can put anything on though. Like, it comes with everything already on it. So I would compare these to maybe, these hanging plants from Realm of Magic and these from Movie Hangout stuff. There's also definitely for this big shelf, like, this one doesn't have as many plants, but this sort of book-ish shelf from Eco Lifestyle is like, there's a similar idea here for sure. And this one as well. You can actually place more things in both of these Eco Lifestyle shelves. So yeah, I wouldn't say like these 3 new wall hanging items or anything like super revolutionary. We do have things that are kind of similar. But they could be cute. It might be nice to have in your game. I would like this a lot more if there wasn't the issues with lighting. Like I said, like, see, this is just like sitting here and the lighting is not great on that little shelf. And now moving on to what I imagine is like the main driving force behind a lot of people wanting this pack is the plant. These are like the floor plants, right? Or the ones you could put on a table or whatever. Now, compared to the custom content plants, these are definitely underwhelming. So these right here are all of the Jardane plants. I think, honestly, I like these a lot better. Like, these cactuses are really cool. There's a lot, like, bigger, like, more big plants. I do really like this one. This one is from the new kit. But as for the rest of the new kit, I kind of prefer the plants in the Jardane pack, I've got to be honest. And then if we also bring in the other custom content packs that I found, like, this is just a few of the plants from those 2 smaller sets, but I think these are really nice. And then when you compare it with the new plants in this kit, like, these are cool, but they're just not as versatile. Like, you couldn't use them in as many places or as many ways. This little citrus tree is nice, though we do have, like, a bigger citrus tree in the game already. I like this little pedestal jade plant. There are some things like that in the Simcredible Naturalis pack. There's a few plants, like, up on a pedestal like that. Personally, this desert rose, I'm not a fan of. Like, I just don't think it looks very good. And then we have these really tiny plants. I think like probably these 4 right here are probably made to go on that new shelf, right? So we have this small little shelf and they need plants to go on there. Great, so they make these. And they definitely work there. They're pretty small. I mean, if you've been wanting like smaller plants, there's definitely a few of those. Again, you could definitely get something like this in some custom content packs for sure. This one, I think that this like Stromant it's called, I think this one may be too small. Like that is tiny, but you know, maybe you want a really small, tiny plant. And this little animal one is pretty cute. I think something about it looks kind of off, but it's pretty cute. And again, if we're looking at stuff that we already have in the game, I mean, we have the pup succulent and the cat succulent from Cats and Dogs that like, this could add, you know, it could be the trifecta, but there definitely is something similar. I mean, this one is from the Naturalis custom content. Like, this matches up pretty well with the kit. Like, you could definitely use this one. We have some really nice flowers from the Naturalis custom content pack. And yeah, I don't know that these bring like a ton of new stuff. It's alright. It's nothing like groundbreaking, I would say. And then this last one, I do really like this. I think that this little propagation station, the light bulbs with the plants, like that is really unique. And I think it is a really cool piece. I wish there was more creativity like this in the kit, to be honest. But yeah, this one is pretty unique. I haven't found anything like it. So yeah, that's, you know, here's just a compilation of lots of different things. Some of the new things in the kit, we already have something similar in the game in various packs, but you know, I mean, you might not have all of those packs. A lot of them, especially the like ground and like tabletop plants, you can probably find better in custom content kits, I'm not gonna lie. And personally, I like the furniture of the Jardane kit better than most of what came with the kit. So once again, here's just a final look at all of the items that come in the new Blooming Rooms kit, along with, you know, some of the issues like this lighting up here. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad kit. Like compared to the other ones, I would say it stacks up pretty evenly. It's not everything I would have wanted from a plant kit. There could definitely be more like just, you know, normal plants that you could use everywhere instead of the like very niche, like you can only use them in specific places types of plants. Which I think a lot of people were hoping for more like multi-purpose like plants that you can just put in any house, you know? So I'm not really sure that it came through on this. So if you're able to, you might want to check out some of the custom content for plants that I will link in the description down below and just see if you like any of that better. And maybe that adds something to your game. You don't need to spend the $5 or however much on a kit. But if you're someone who can't use custom content or you don't want to, and you really love plants, well, maybe this kit is for you. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, you can leave a like and subscribe for more videos from me. So yeah, that's the overview of the new Blooming Rooms plant kit and comparison to custom content and already existing items. Let me know what you think. And are you going to buy this kit or do you think you can pass on it?